We'll have to see what they consider. I, again, want to see something other than the Valheim for INTZ have another source of damage because it was, or for GeO, because it was Smith doing literally everything.
Yeah, Menji didn't do much, and I think here, GeO's mental mindset, you know, how are they affected by this? They just lost to INTZ, and they're second place.
They're tied in the standings now. They're perfectly tied in the standings, and this is where it is a do or die situation. I think for both teams. Not only is the pressure on for GeO, but the pressure is just as much on for INTZ to have a repeat performance. Liliana banned away, Aram banned away by GeO. Now the Florentino as well as INTZ, they have a chance. Elsu, Sephora, or the Varus can be one of the three.
Yeah, I think probably Sephora will be banned here, and they're going to give them Elsu. And I think Aram being banned looks like they want to run like a nice assassin like Quillen, for example.
I would give GeO Esports Elsu because last time they picked Elsu, it messed them up so badly that they couldn't win.
Okay.
So give them GeO.
Give them
Elsu, rather.
So ban Sephora here.
Yep.
Ban Sephora, give them the Elsu, and then you've got the opportunity.
Oh,
no, they banned the Varus away.
First pick Sephora, because they can't play Elsu.
Yep.
Then the Elsu goes over, INTZ get it.
As well as the Annette. Annette could be an easy pickup there for INTZ. Wouldn't be a difficult setup there for Mixer J, even though he does enjoy playing more of the tankier ones, the Minas, the Baldums.
I'm not a big fan of the Annette Elsu duo.
Yeah.
But they're obviously powerful enough you don't want to give the Annette over to GeO.
Yeah, I think it's more of a denial away from the Sephora Annette combo.
Yeah, I think that's okay for them. I'm just worried that them giving Sephora to GeO. I mean, Sephora is like an amazing late game teamfight hero. She does a ton of damage and she offers so much team utility. Did you say the magic word?
Yeah,
team fight.
And that's why I'm scared. I mean, GeO could take this game literally just because of Sephora, honestly.
I'd like to point out the Myth has run jungle Sephora, judging by that talent selection.
Okay, let's not jump ourselves to
we've
already had to deal with the Gilder today again.
I believe it won't happen in pro play. I'd just like to point out that it was
you're getting your hopes up.
Richter being hovered over here by GeO Esports could be a potential Slayer option. Now, Sephora still hasn't been decided. I love this decision here to decide to go for another side laner because it still leaves Sephora open on the flex if they want to play her in support.
Yeah, but why Malik? I mean, I feel like there's so many counters. I mean, Elsu matching against Malik is going to destroy him in that bot lane. So they must have picked Malik for a reason. Maybe it's a comfort pick and they really want, is it Lycan going to pay Malik? Or
would you find this as a repeat of what we had in an earlier match today where they're preemptively assuming that the Elsu is going to be playing at the side lane?
Maybe, yeah. They could preemptively assume that, but I don't know if INTZ can play Elsu in the mid lane. I don't think we've seen Mondino play Elsu mid.
No, it's always been sideline whenever they've gotten Elsu. But I'm not worried at all. I think this is a really good teamfight comp that GeO are building. I think it's a laser focus on the fact that they can have a teamfight comp and they'll go from there.
Omen locked in for INTZ. Necroth is the next ban for INTZ as well. Ban's falling over to GeO now.
Yeah, I noticed they banned Necroth last game too. Looks like they don't want to give GeO a Necroth pick. It must be a hero that potentially Myth plays extremely well. So interesting targeted bans here. But with Arm being banned, I know GeO will definitely want to run an assassin melee jungle and potentially pick up Talonus will probably be banned, but they might go with a Valheim again. You know, we'll see.
I feel like you also have to consider the Lindis as well. There still is the jungle position open for INTZ.
There has to be a Lindis ban here. I would be astonished if there wasn't a Lindis ban here because GeO Esports can lock it in and win the video game.
But no, I feel like if INTZ isn't going to ban it, because if they leave it open, they're just going to take it on the next rotation.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think you want to run...
Wait, what?
You don't want to run Elsu Lindis, do you? Elsu Lindis is a bit much.
Yeah, they need to ban Lindis because Elsu, if they run double ADC, that is
especially
way too risky.
Into the engage comp that GeO are building. I don't
think it's just
understand these bans.
I think it's just hovers. It hasn't been locked in yet, gentlemen. We still have 10 seconds left remaining before INTZ can decide what direction they want to go.
They're trolling.
Violet.
Oh, okay, Violet.
They're trolling. This should have been a Lindis ban.
Are they assuming that there might be...
Unless they're gonna first pick Lindis,
or they might take Lindis also.
Yes, they could play double ADC. I think that would be risky, particularly into the full ADC comp, but I like it far more than the alternative of GeO getting it, because I feel like if Myth gets this Lindis, then GeO Esports have
Roxy.
Roxy.
They don't listen to what we have. Roxy's locked in now.
Yeah, Padaria loves playing kind of aggressive side laners, solo laners that can really win their engage. and make some plays and take a lot of damage. Roxy's a very tanky frontline kind of hero that fits their playstyle here.
TJ, would you agree that if Lindis gets locked in here, GeO Esports have essentially won the draft?
I believe that. I value Lindis very highly. Wait. I think with Sephora it works well, but they're taking too long, which makes me think they don't see it,
it's
or
going to
they
be
don't
LSU
agree.
mid, right? Because who else is going to run mid?
Yeah, that's going to be mid.
It's LSU mid. Yeah, it's LSU mid.
They have Omen and Roxy in the side lane here. So Modino is going to play LSU mid, or they're going to potentially switch that up. Interesting. Yeah, Valheim. See, they're comfortable with Valheim. They're going to go ahead and pick the Valheim.
I'm
even
uncomfortable.
though, to honest, Lindis is open right now. So
yeah, there's no reason.
Yeah, why? Why aren't you picking Lindis? Play Lindis. I mean, does Myth not want to play?
Even if they don't want to go with Lindis in the jungle, they can still go with Lycan. Lycan getting out of Superman.
Okay.
Valheim being picked up.
Where's the jungle?
Richter jungle.
I don't know who's
Sephora jungle.
No, it's not Sephora jungle. Stop it.
That is very.
It's Valheim jungle. That's the only thing that makes sense.
It's got to be a Valheim jungle, I guess.
Yeah, but who is their mage? They don't have a mage.
Sephora. Sephora's mid.
I mean, Malik we support then. Malik's going to be support.
No, Richter support. Could be Richter support. We have seen this. How's this? We're not going to know till they get
We're going to find out.
We are. The swaps are going to happen. I will say, though, if Myth stays on this Sephora with this punish,
I will be so happy.
I'm going to just...
They're not changing anything, Chub.
Yeah.
Status report, nothing has been changed.
Nope, Richter. Okay, Elwyn is going to be playing support. I think that the Richter support does make the most sense.
Yeah.
Out of the composition they have. This is the Sephora.
They're not changing anything.
This is the Sephora jungle.
Superman support?
No, Elwyn support.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
Richter's, they're not changing anything.
They're not, yeah. This is very interesting.
This is Sephora jungle.
Yeah. I mean, it could work, but I don't know about her jungle clear. I mean, can she clear jungle fast enough and keep up? White Z, though, on Zephyr, that's pretty scary, too.
Okay. We'll have to wait till we get loaded in the game to get the final confirmation on this. Let's talk a little bit about the INTZ lineup, though. Assuming that the Sephora is in the jungle and the crazy is actually happening, how is INTZ going to be able to play against this? Do they have the composition that works? They did, I believe, the Zephyrus was the last pick there. They do have an assassin in the jungle. Is this a composition that goes well against GeO Esports'
Yeah, I like their combo. They just basically let Elsu get to late game. Annette works super well. I don't know who they're going to run mid, which is interesting to me. I know that White Z is going to be on Zephyr, which is a hero that he's extremely... Oh, no, sorry, Elsu's going to be mid, sorry. Elsu will be mid, let him scale up, and they have two very strong side laners.
Confirmation, they are in the load screen, and it is a Sephora jungle.
So there's no disconnects, nothing like that?
Nope, this is...
Okay, here's how it could work. Here's my vision for how it works. Water Spirits actually does really good single target damage. So if you build full Water Spirits, and fully to enable that, you rush Loki's Curse, the jungle mage item, follow it with Apocalypse. You could actually genuinely one-shot someone with a ranged auto-attack Water Spirit combo, and the range of that is terrifying. I just don't know how it works.
Well, we're going to find out how it will indeed as GeO Esports and INTZ take the stage for our second game of the first match in the Latin American region.
Lycan already in trouble, having to bail out from an entire very angry INTZ squad. Invade will come through from GeO Esports during this time.
Oh, what a smart play by Lycan there, resetting that Sage Golem like that. And yeah, like you said, it has 800 unit range, the passive enchanted attack that Sephora has. So we could see potentially a pretty hard carry Sephora with the Loki's Curse and the Apocalypse being built on her, and I can't wait to see Myth pull that out.
That Sage buff Myth just got was very important because without it, she would just run out of mana in the jungle. She's doing damage.
Yeah, she is. I mean, Water Spirits has a pretty fast cooldown, and you level it up faster, you can pretty much spam that ability and build some extra cooldown. So we'll see what kind of build is Myth going to put on her, because I'm going to be super
decent clear.
Yeah. Wow.
That's actually really decent clear time.
Now people need to worry about a Sephora jungle, TJ.
Where can't you play Sephora?
Yeah, where can't you play her? She's great everywhere.
Well, let's not count our chickens before they've hatched. Padaria will zone back up top. Elwyn's in mid. GeO rotating round, playing their early shuffle game as usual. Fusion will take some damage as well. He'll have to bail back from mid.
Yeah, I love how aggressive Elwyn is playing with this Richter support here, because as his passive, he can get it from the bush, get a knock-up, and get extra attacks onto his opponents.
That was actually a really fast first clear from the Sephora.
Yeah, definitely. And
I don't know if I believe, but I might.
Yeah, they're going to give a free Spirit Sentinel over just like that, though. I mean, honestly, INTZ rotation has just be right on point. They've taken a Spirit Sentinel, now they can rotate the Dragon, and GeO can't do anything.
Bot lane, Medinho in a lot of trouble.
Wow.
Water Spirits chunking, but not quite enough damage from it really yet. They'll have to play it smart and slow as the pressure comes through and have the Elsu here to hold.
Yeah, look at Myth there. That Water Spirit's doing a lot of work with helping clear that jungle. They're going to unleash this Abyssal Dragon and try not even attempt it.
Smith doesn't land the cleave. Something with this big damage Sephora potentially coming through is even his auto attacks will do a lot.
Yeah.
The way Sephora works, Sephora's basic attacks actually do a lot of damage.
Yep. And that's why Apocalypse, like you said, once she builds that, it's going to be really great. And some cooldowns, so you can spam auto attacks, living water passive, water spirits, rinse and repeat that. And then these auto attacks have such a far range.
Abyssal Dragon, though, will be picked up. That's dangerous.
Oh.
Smith pulled in by the Agnes grasp. He can't stay alive. And GeO lose an early objective.
Yeah, GeO they lose the death and they lose a Abyssal Dragon, and then now their jungle is going to be taken. This is actually not a very good setup for them right now.
No, that's a very bad start indeed. And it wasn't due to the jungle Sephora. Just a lack of good rotations, it looked like, and this Valheim still undoing them in the bot lane.
Yeah, and like I said, that's why the Valheim was a pick that I expected him to take, and it hasn't been doing much for them, honestly. And they also gave White Sea his Zephyrs, and we saw how devastating he was on Zephyrs yesterday, and now today, he's continuing that trend.
Mid lane, Water Spirits will land. We kind of brushed over it with all the Sephora jungle madness, but that is mid-Roxy. Your eyes do not deceive you.
Oh, okay.
Medinho pinned down, good damage, shock through, Hunter's mark, Medinho's gone, White's caught in the tides of life, will be knocked low, Smith healing up his team. All of GeO managed to get out, one kill with no response. Naturally, Myth once more, they'll tag out Fusion, scare him back.
What a great team fight combo there. I mean, that mark of the Hunter, Malik, Shock, ultimate coming up, landing, securing the kill. That's exactly how GeO needs to play going forward to stay in this game and potentially get the lead here.
Myth's, gonna go in with the nice water wall. White's is very low. Elwin wants to brawl it out, but he's too far forward. The tower in the meantime will get knocked low. The Hurricane Wall cuts off Smith's retreat. Be able to cut it back eventually. Mixer J's doing a lot of damage though. Oh, the death robot, it's too far forward. The tides of life is there for the heal.
Auto attack.
And White barely survived.
If she had Apocalypse, he would have been dead. And that is the range there. 800 units away. She can still auto attack. And that will make potentially a jungle Sephora pretty scary if it's her build.
I just realized because of those auto attack buffs, she's gonna chunk towers.
Oh my good. Oh yeah, she will. When she gets Apocalypse, yeah, she's gonna chunk those towers like crazy. Interesting that she built Gilded Greaves. I feel like you just go full attack damage because her her ultimate,
the
Tides of Life, basically make her immune.
Yeah, they should already allow her to get through any major abilities without getting stunned, without getting stalled out, but
yeah,
maybe
interesting.
She just didn't want to live with that risk.
Oh.
Elwin, nice retaliate, keeping himself safe from the full CC engage.
Yeah, and White, you gotta be careful with his Zephyrs here. He's really good at landing these deaths from aboves, which would make a big difference in a lot of these team fights.
Trying to work out how this gold share is working towards the mid lane. And it seems to be Mixer J and Fusion splitting it, which is kind of weird. They're building Leviathan on Fusion. Him and White splitting the jungle. Very strange.
Yeah, I know. And Roxy, look at Roxy and that. They're so starved. I mean, 2.1k gold. They're not getting that much gold. The Mixer RJ is level 6, and Fusion's level 6. He's the lowest level as well as Roxy. And we haven't seen Agni's Grasp being used in any capacity as well.
Right in trouble though, Maggie will find the response. He's gone instantly. Now Myth arrives in the fight. They've got the shock as well. Tides of Life will come through for big damage. Mixer J's hunted down, but Smith can't finish him off. And Myth is obliterated by Medinho. Smith just has to bail.
Man, Myth came in there, tried to clean things up, but Medinho and White landed a death from above, and then the damage from Elsu just coming across there. Myth didn't even stand a chance. He used the Tides of Life earlier, and man, too bad that didn't work out for them, and INTZ continues to push their lead even more.
Do you believe in the jungle, Sephora?
Yeah, I do, but she needs to get fed, I feel. You know, she's finally finished Loki's Curse, but she doesn't have Apocalypse yet, and it's going to take a while for her to stack those 15 minion stacks to get more magic damage onto Loki's Curse here, because right now she's not doing enough. And that's something that I'm afraid of, because in team fights, GeO really excels because they burst their opponents down, and they need more burst. Look at everyone.
The one thing I would say is if this were a normal late game comp, we'd be praising it on GeO because they always last late game.
Yeah.
So maybe just them building late game works fine for them.
Yeah, and then Lycan needs to start moving in here and making a bigger difference on his super because he's not really flanking as much. He's not putting his opponents out of position in the early or mid-game phases where it opens up a lot of opportunities for his team. I mean, they're prioritizing Superman for a reason on him, and I feel like he's not making the impact. I feel like the Valheim Superman pick hasn't really been a difference maker for this team.
All right, I'm a hard disagree. I like Lycan Superman a lot. I agree with you on the Valheim. But Lycan Superman, I feel, makes so much of a difference.
Yeah, I definitely. When he's in the right position for team fights, like we saw from the last game, but right now, early game, he's not doing anything. And I think that's where GeO needs Lycan to really be the person that helps with those ganks and help put his opponents out of position and get them ahead.
They're really power farming Myth, getting them a lot. Lycan up top, though, called out. Will try and sprint to safety, and he does it. He's gone. A speeding bullet. Now, Elwin goes through the shock as well. It's a full team fight suddenly started and a lot of damage. Whites cuts off the entire escape, though, and they'll trade the damage. Myth comes through, Ties of Life, drop White low. There is a Water Spirit chasing him, but it's barely not enough to kill him. Myth was chained in by the Death's Embrace and now needs to back up, but he'll do that.
Yeah, but look at how low Myth gets. He's so squishy, TJ.
Lycan to the front lines. Fusion low, doesn't fall.
Yeah. Myth jumps in the fight, and you saw that he was doing a lot of work. Water Spirits following over, auto attacks, but just not enough burst damage. Where is the damage coming from? They gotta continue to build. They gotta finish at Apocalypse and feed him that farm. Because right now, Lycan has 4.9k gold, Valheim has 5.3, and the side laners, they're depending a lot on.
The Apocalypse, the item, Maggie. Pull back in, death back, and it's good. Another kill over. The Apocalypse, the item we're talking so much about, that'll be in the third item there for Smith. It empowers his next auto attack after an ability use, which is really good.
Yeah, very important for Sephora here because that's going to give her even more. Because she's a very bursty mage, honestly. Even though she doesn't look like it, but she can spam her abilities and use a lot of her abilities and auto attacks to burst a lot of the heroes down, but she needs at least 4 items. She needs actually a lot of items to do that amount of burst damage.
And I would have preferred anything other than the Gilded Greaves. I'm still a little hung up on that. But
yeah, Chanted Kicks would have been better, I feel. Damage is the way to go. The Valheim building the Fafnir's Talon, you know, normally you build that to stay on the map as long as you can, get lifesteal, and then just run around and get super fed, but not working out for him. He's getting ganked, and that's exactly what you want to do against an opponent that wants to develop in the bot lane here. So really nice job by White and Padaria here as an Omen. Doing a really good job, honestly, with this Omen play.
Myth finished Apocalypse. Start to look for the damage from the jungle Saffron now. It may be too late, though, as INTZ is focusing down in a raged Abyssal Dragon. Medinho knows all about it. Elwin will go in, a deep dive to retaliate. It's not enough. Medinho gets it. Now the shot Smith to follow through. They've got damage, but it's not enough. Elwin's already down. Myth's trying to burn down Medinho. The Ties of Life doesn't quite do it. He disengages away. Water Spirits will chase him, though. And it's a trade kill. Medinho down, but it's the only kill to GeO.
Yeah, that was so funny. Medinho gets the dragon. He then jumps onto Myth, and Lycan comes to save Myth, and he tries to run away. He does a disengage, but Myth, do you see the range of that auto attack from Water Spirits? It kills him, he flickers away. It doesn't matter. It's gonna get you, you can't escape it.
Death's Void will take him over the wall there. Death from above, building the separation. This duel still going on up top. That's very dangerous as White turns the fight, killing Lycan.
Yeah, now it's a 10k gold lead for INTZ. Has GeO been put in this position? They don't get put in this position very often, where they're 10,000 go behind. 0 dragons, 0 towers. INTZ is just running the floor on them in this game right now.
I asked for GeO to play more aggressive, and I kind of feel like they did the opposite.
Yeah, I mean, right now they just need to scale up because look at the level difference. Level 15 already on White Z, level 12, 13, 11 on GeO. They have to take very opportunistic fights and just play really defensive. They need to wait for INTZ to be over-aggressive like they have last game and try to capitalize on that because right now they can't really do a full even engage right now.
Myth needs to back up as Medinho's just raining in the snipes. That is brutal.
Very brutal indeed. Medinho, again, such a difference maker on this team. The Natalia play and now the Elsu play. Look at him. He's not even the most fed. But honestly, Padera has really showed up here on the Varus and also Omen. Look at him. He's 11,000 gold and completely giving so much lane control in the bot lane.
On the other hand, look at how carefully INTZ are playing this. They're going for the Dark Slayer now. They really shouldn't be doing something like that when they're this far ahead. They should have already converted their lead to towers. But they're being so careful. Yeah, they are. That's one thing about INTZ that I wrote notes about. They're very defensive. They play very opportunistic. And sometimes I feel you're right. They could be much more aggressive. And they're kind of overly eager to take objectives down. When the enemy team is literally right in front of them, they'll still try to focus the objectives and actually cost them the team fight. Yeah, and here's another tower focus. Finally, INTZ do get it. They do have the Drake still to summon. That should mean they get at least one more easily. Yeah, wow. This is such good textbook tower takedown right now. They still have the Drake. They're going to summon probably in the top lane, I assume. Elwins dives in. Agnes grasp. It's landed. He's gone. White tries to re-engage. Myth is pushed back. And actually, that's a brilliant hurricane wall. Lycan's looking for the flank, though. And he gets the ball underneath the tower. Dies of life. Myth's very low. He's gone. He trades 1-1 for fusion. And that's not enough. Padaria will survive in the backlines. Finally going down to the tower. But it's only Mangi left. Yeah, what was Elwin doing, TJ? That was a crazy engage. And now it's going to take this game. It should be their game. They've got the Drake, they've got the full wave, and it will be game number 2, a 2-0 to INTZ. Yeah, that was such a great engage there. Elwin kind of out-positioned there on the Richter support, didn't really have him much health, and you saw the mallet come down, and Padera rushes in there and just locks him down with the Death Embrace, and boom, they get the second kill. The Drake falls down, they get a third kill, and that was pretty much the game in that one last fight.